What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Infinite Income Podcast. In today's episode, I want to talk about growing your business slowly. Now, this has been, I'll be honest, annoying me for the last few weeks. I've had a few individuals tell me that they're just growing slowly. And the reason I wanted to talk about this today is to make sure that you understand that there's no such thing as growing slowly in a business. It's either doing the right things to grow or you're doing the wrong things to grow. So to give you a little context, I had a conversation with someone who said that they had doubled their business over the last year. And my first initial thought when I hear that is, wow, that's amazing. Like, congrats, that's awesome. And I'm super happy for them. But then only to find out that their business went from $7,000 a month to $15,000 a month. And that's not to sneer what anyone does or to put anyone down, but to keep in context, my business went 0 to 1 million, 1 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. So I'm not saying that there isn't businesses that haven't grown faster than me. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but what I am putting in context is the reason my business grew so fast, right, was because all I did was more of what needed to happen for it to grow. So for example, if I was spending $100,000 a month on ads to do, let's say 2 million a year, whatever the random number is, it was less than that, but do 2 million a year, then if it's working, I would just need to spend 150 and 200 and hire more staff. And so I think a lot of times we confuse ourselves or we put ourselves in situations where we put constraints that are not real to make ourselves feel better. So I'm going to give you two different stories. One story was a older fitness couple that was doing about $20,000 a month. And the year prior, they'd done 15. And they were selling low price programs. And they said, hey, we've grown about 25%. We're doing pretty good, but we want to do more. And when I spoke to them, I said, okay, that's great, but if you think about it and you guys just change your price, you would actually triple your business, right? Go from $20,000 to $60,000 a month instead of just do a little $5,000 a month increase. Or run ads. They weren't running any ads, or, hire a couple setters. They had no setters. So it was just all inbound from a Facebook group, basically. And they were selling $197 a month packages. And I guess it's not sad, but I guess what is frustrating for me as a person who's built a decent sized business, or I've talked to other individuals, is that people think it's a slow process, or that it takes 3 months to start implementing sales calls or to start running ads or to build a funnel. And it doesn't. It can happen the same day. And typically the difference between your level of success and someone else's is how fast they make decisions, right? Because if they can make a decision in an hour and it takes you a year to make the same decision, they've already made another 365 decisions before you made your next one. So that was the number one example. The number two example was a similar situation. They were at $7,000 a month and they were now at $15,000 a month, all organic. And typically what I see is it's usually all organic, right? They're not running any ads, no funnels. It's all referrals and word of mouth. And they were in the same situation. She said, I really want to grow the business. I want to get to $100,000 a month. They said, cool. We walked through the process, and she said, but here's my budget. And I thought it was interesting that someone wants to grow their business, but they have a budget, right? And if it's above the budget to do what they need to do to grow it, they won't do it. You have to understand that growing a business doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about what's going on in your life. It doesn't care about your personal problems. It doesn't care if you ate healthy. It doesn't care if you're tired. It just cares if you do what you need to do to grow the business, to grow the company. And ultimately, most people are not willing to do it. And then they will blame slow growth, or they'll say they're growing slow on purpose as if it is on purpose when it's a complete accident, right? They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what to do. And so all I really want you to take away in this podcast is that one of the things that's really helped me and really pushed me over the years is I always asked a lot of questions, and I always talk to people ahead of me, and I just do exactly what they tell me to do. I don't argue. I don't think I know better. I don't, put ideas in my head that things have to be slower. This is the way they are. In fact, I think a lot of our reality, if you think about it, comes from the thoughts we have. And so if you think that it takes a long time to grow a business, it will take you a long time. If you think that marriage is hard, marriage will be hard. If you think it's hard to get in shape, it will be hard to get in shape. And so if you cannot change your thoughts, you cannot change your reality. And so it's frustrating for me when I see people who think that 25% growth in a year is good when they just really went from 20K to 25K. That's not a lot of growth. Now, if you're doing $1 million a month, yeah, 25% would be a lot, but it's a totally different level of the game. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I just think everyone wants to be the best. Maybe that's my mistake. But for those of you listening, I'm assuming that if you're listening to the Infinite Income podcast and want to make more income and have better relationships and better businesses, that you do want to be the best. And so if you really want to be the best, put yourself around other people who are the best at what they do and copy them, and stop making excuses for why you aren't where you want to be, and stop acting like it just happens to you, or that, you're doing the work, but it's going a lot slower. Like, it's not true. It's not reality. And what I've seen from the conversations I've had with different business owners and people, the reason they aren't where they want to be is that they have a skewed reality of what's real. They think it takes a long time. They think that they're doing the right things. They think they're skilled at sales. And if you are, the numbers will reflect that. Business is just like fitness. If you have a 20-inch bicep, it's because you're working out a lot. Maybe you're taking a little juice too, but you're mostly working out, right? You're doing something. In business, you can't fake it. You're not just going to do 2 million a month because you want to. There's things you must do, and there's things that must happen. And typically in most businesses, you have to have some type of paid traffic, or you have to have some type of sponsorship program, or you have to have a massive social media. And so if you don't, you can't sit there and just think, oh, I don't have to do any of these things and my business will grow. It absolutely will not grow. So all I want you guys to take away in this podcast is that growing slow is a bunch of BS. There's no such thing as growing slow in a business. You don't really have to grow slow 99% of the time. Yes, there's going to be one straw man argument. Someone's going to come in here and throw that out there. But more times than not, you can grow a business as fast as you want to if you do the proper steps. So if you want a six-pack and you're eating healthy and you're going to the gym every day and you're doing cardio, it'll come faster than if you have a couple donuts here and there and you stop going to the gym and you stop working out. And it's the same thing in business. And so the level of success you get and the speed you get it at all comes down to you doing what you have to do to grow it. And no excuse, and nothing you say or nothing you type on social media, or no matter how good you say you are, will ever beat your actual results. And so all I recommend is that just like you want a six-pack, you're going to go to the gym and do the work, do the same thing for your business, and stop lying to yourself and stop making excuses for why you are where you want to be. Because the reason you are where you want to be is 100% your fault, and it's 100% in your control. And even if it isn't, even if something bad's happened to you and you didn't have control, that thought doesn't serve you. And the only thing that will serve you is putting yourself in a situation around people that will tell you what you need to hear and you actually doing it. And it's sad for me personally to talk to people all the time that give their power away to other things, of other situations, of other people that are 100% outside their control. So that's all I got in this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, whether you're on Apple, Spotify, or watching this on YouTube. It just helps it get out to more people, and it will allow me to bring high-level guests on here, which I'm looking to do in the near future. So thank you so much for being here. See you guys in the next episode.